so, and it worked out well.
All right. I've just turned on live stream, so we are recording. Hopefully, it doesn't get kicked off YouTube for bullying. All right. Somebody please explain to me how the last class in December included bullying.
I don't know.
But our YouTube live stream got deleted
Really?
because I was bullying.
Maybe when you, I'm not saying this is right, it's the only thought I had, we try to work through something, somebody trying to get, me trying to get a picture off or something like that, that you were trying to teach something to somebody. And that, I'm not saying that you do that. I'm just thinking that's the only thing. I did a lot of investigations over my years of working, like things like that.
I think you're just super helpful. Where did this bullying come in? That's terrible.
I don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm going to record it on the cloud for Zoom as well, so that we have a backup. So
Oh,
we'll have
okay.
two different
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so welcome everyone. Happy New
Morning.
Year if you
Morning.
weren't here last week.
That's right.
Good to see you.
Morning.
Jackie, are you alone this morning?
Am I what?
Alone?
She's supposed to be coming. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. I feel like I haven't seen Dr. Lou in a while.
Or me. So
Or
it's nice
you.
to see you.
It is very nice to see you. Thank you for your card.
And thank you.
Mhm.
Enjoying it so much. I read the best one last night. I can't even remember the name of it right now, but I'll think of it and I'll send it to you in case you have the book. Thanks.
All righty. So this morning we're going to talk about, sorry, Princess. First, we're going to say hi to Princess, and then I'm going to put her down so I can actually do things. Everybody say hi to Princess.
Okay.
Hi,
Princess.
You're such a ragamuffin. There you go. All right. So one of the things I was thinking about as we were talking about keeping ourselves safe is all of the places that our information is out there. And it's a lot. And Martin, I'm sorry you missed the last class because we talked really in depth about using your password manager and setting all of that up and why it's important. And so hopefully you will watch the video of that.
Yeah. You gave that lecture once before, I believe, on the password manager.
Right. This one was hands-on though. This one was because I realized that I see a lot of nodding heads like, yeah, I should do that. Okay, great. Move on. When people weren't actually doing it. So I wanted to make sure that people were actually doing it and using the password manager. So we kind of worked through some of the problems that come along with that and how to mesh our different devices with all of that. So we're going to start with where are we? Good morning, Linda and Amy. We're going to go to searching somebody. So we're going to do true people search. And I'm going to ask for a volunteer who is brave enough and wants to be searched. Jackie? All righty.
Liable to go to
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah, Martin and I go to jail.
Yeah, right.
Adjust the dining table here. You join me?
So where do you want the camera adjusted
Like
to?
here.
Facing a little more down or?
Yeah, well,
Yes.
Yeah, let's try. I have actually I have a ladder.
Betsy, can you see us here now?
What?
Hold on.
I'm going to stop the share for a minute.
All right.
Oh, my internet got wonky there for a minute.
Yeah, that's good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
Terry, who's with you? Terry, who's with you?
Oh, Nancy's in her. Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. Is this your first time in class?
Yes. I was
Welcome.
trying, but first thing in the morning's hard.
See all these people? They're still in their jammies.
That's why Derek is not coming to another class. I have
We should
go to
come down
yoga.
just to be
We
ready.
haven't done our hair or anything.
I know some, not all.
Nancy, if you want to give your email address to Terry, she'll give it to me so that I can put you on the list, which will give you the recap of what we talked about today, including the links. All right. So, Jackie, that is your full legal name, Jackie Jack? Oh, you're muted.
You're muted, Jackie. You're muted.
Does she know how to unmute it?
Yeah.
She does.
Okay.
She's working on it.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
hey,
it's Jackie Scott Jack.
Okay. So we'll go with Jackie Jack first and see what happens. And good morning, Dr. Lou.
Good morning to you.
Nice to see you.
It's been a while.
I know. All righty. So we're going to go to True People Search, and we're going to first just start with Jackie Jack, Key Largo, Florida. She is brave because this is what you can find on yourself. I've done
Scary.
this before with me. All right. So we have Shelby Ship, Michigan, Orlando, Florida, Albany, New York, LaBelle, Florida.
Mhm.
How can that be?
Okay, so none of these say Jackie Jack Key Largo. Jackie,
And
do you
an
think one of these is
addendum.
you?
None of those are me. And I couldn't find me. And that's why I wanted you to search, because remember, I buy incognito or
Yeah.
whatever, and I can't find me. After our last class, I looked for me. I could find other people and I could not find me. So I think I've been taken off of this. That's why I volunteered. But we'll
Okay.
see.
Tell me your middle name again.
It's Scott, my maiden name. Scott. Yep.
We'll try that.
I didn't try that, but that's not
Nope.
me either.
Nothing. Okay, so we're gonna stop the share. I love that you volunteered first. That was like a perfect example of paying for a service that takes care of your personality, your identity, all of your private information. We'll pick somebody else now, and I'll go if somebody else doesn't want to. Medina. All right, we will do Medina. So we'll go back. And Jackie, that's got to feel pretty good.
It does, actually. They send out almost, I think it's weekly. They tell you how many places that they've blocked the information.
Wow.
And then you go through and see if it's legit for you, in other words, they say. So it takes a little bit of effort to keep up, but yeah.
Nice.
Good.
What is this product that you bought?
I bought it through I read 1440 News, and they come up with things often. It's Incogni. I'll look it up. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Medina, is your name Medina Roy? That's it.
Yeah.
And your legal residence is Key Largo or up north?
Key Largo, Key Largo.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's see what we got on Medina.
Now, my legal name on my birth certificate.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, I know.
Don't tell us your legal name on your birth certificate.
Okay.
We're recording.
Oh,
All
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So here we go. Starting with age. Is that your correct phone number?
We can't
Yes.
see.
Yes.
I don't see it.
Yes.
Right under,
I'm not getting-
305-394-1702. Hey, Jackie, go ahead and mute yourself.
That wasn't me.
Oh, sorry. Somebody mute yourself. All right. Yes, that's your phone number, Bendina.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, notice in this one, this is truepeoplesearch.com. There are sponsored links. If you click on this, you're going to have to pay and jump through a whole bunch of hoops. Don't bother. There's plenty of information that's free. All right. It says current address is Rocky Mountain Road in Boone. how much that house is worth,
Oh, my
what
God.
the square footage is when it was built, and there is the Google map of exactly where it is, and you can click on the larger map and see the whole area. Phone numbers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, we're going to skip the background report.
Yeah.
Email addresses. Now,
Wow.
that doesn't have your current one that I use.
No, it does not.
So, which is interesting. Are the other ones, are any of these accurate?
I don't know who Jessica Roy is. I never had a Yahoo address. I never had a Hotmail address. C. Roy could have been one of my husband's emails.
Okay.
The next one, I have no idea. And the next one after that, I have no idea.
Okay. So good to know that they didn't get all of this right.
Yeah.
All right. Current
But
property.
wait a second, go back. Because it says view all email addresses. Maybe
Yeah,
there's
we could
more.
look at more. I don't click on links on this because even though it doesn't say sponsored, oftentimes it makes you go through a lot of hoops.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I don't want to
Okay.
waste time.
Okay.
You can do that. They
Okay.
yeah. You can play with it later.
Okay.
So here's her property details.
Well, in Carolina though, right? North
Yes,
Carolina.
that's in her North Carolina house. Then we have her Key Largo house. So this has a previous address. So I'm guessing that you owned the Key Largo house first and then bought the Boone house?
Yes.
Yes, so that's why it's saying previous address. Interesting, it doesn't have her as having both houses. But there's previous. Did you also live in Melbourne Beach?
Had property there, yes.
Okay. Criminal records, again, this is a sponsored link. Then we get into kind of interesting. This is always a mishmash on whether or not this is accurate. You don't have to go one by one, but are any of these people you know?
Just my husband, Carl, but he's deceased.
So none of the rest of these you know at all?
No.
Interesting. It gets a lot more correct on mine. How about these? Do you know any of these people?
My mother's there, Bianca Kirschenbaum. My mother is there.
She's 110 now, by the way. Just
Well, she died. She was,
your birthday.
she was almost 104 when she died.
Wow.
Christine Pollock, I know.
Okay.
Leon Kirschenbaum, my dad.
He's
the others-
105.
Yeah, the others. No, I don't know the others.
Okay. So got some correct.
Yeah.
And then here's a little bit of a background.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Not as accurate. That's just a summation of what we looked
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
above. But you know, so there's that.
Wow.
So I highly recommend that you do that. Go to truepeoplesearch.com and look and see what kind of information do they have on you. They meaning the entire internet because of our interactions with the internet. All right, Martin.
Is there a way to correct that over the web like this?
That's what this class is about today. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so we're going to go back and now we're going to go to Google. And I did this a long time ago. We're going to go with Jackie. I already forgot. Smith? Scott. And we're going to do a Google search. Okay, so she is on homes.com. So that's one place we found you. We've got Facebook. Here's a picture of my dad, Jack. Probably not. Key Largo Hotels. That would be. Did you do a review? Jackie? Is she muted?
My thing is not working. I don't remember doing it. I could have. I've done a restaurant review,
Okay.
maybe.
Active warrants.
Oh
That's
boy.
hilarious. But Felony count, drug possession.
Great.
Doesn't look like that's you though.
No,
It's Jack
Jack
Samples.
Samples.
So, yep. So this is oh, and there's Alabama Jack. So doesn't look like you have a big presence here. Now, I'm going to take out this. And it used to be when the internet was less user friendly, we had to do all kinds of instructions to make sure it brought us to the right search result. So now I'm just going to do quotation marks, meaning I only want this. And then it comes up with no results for Jackie Jack, Key Largo, Florida, including the one about in homes. So let me put in Jackie Scott, Jack, Key Largo, Florida, and I get that one. So
Yeah.
Jackie, so we get that one. What if I take out Key Largo, Florida? Because that's clearly not the only place that Jackie's been. Nope, it's going to find a grave.
Oh, great.
Jackie Scott, The Wizard of Oz, Mary Scott. So I'm going to take out the Scott and just go with Jackie
That
Jack.
was my mother. The
Oh, really?
obituary for my mother.
Wait a
was
minute.
in
Let's
that
go
one.
back. Let's go back.
Mary Scott, right there.
Huh.
That's my mom.
Okay, and there we go. So there's a place that you haven't been scrubbed. It's
Yep.
in Whitney Funeral Home obituary. You know,
Yeah, wild.
that's pretty interesting. Looks like there's not a lot on her. I mean, there are 7 pages according to this, but always the best results are going to come at the top. So
Okay.
now let's do Medina Roy and see what happens. And I'm not going to put in anything. We're just going to see. So
To find out they were cousins,
who?
like they do on that show, where he finds you in the past when you're comparing different people.
Oh, finding your roots.
Yeah,
All right, so the internet has flipped this and
Yeah.
taken this as Roy Medina. So that's kind of good that it's not automatically pulling you up.
Yeah.
Let's do Medina Roy.
like a royal palace comes.
Boone,
Yeah.
North Carolina.
So if you put what you want to search for in quotation marks, that limits it?
Yes.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Quotation mark.
So homes came up. That's you, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It limits what?
Center for
Search.
That's the second one is me also.
That's you. Department of Transportation. Huh.
Oh, God, I can imagine. what's in
That
there.
doesn't seem like that
Oh
would
my
be-
goodness, there's my pictures of my husband.
Wow.
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 Yep.
All 3. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my.
Wow. Okay. Congress. Is there something you want to tell us?
Yeah, I'm in the witness protection program.
Marines. These are interesting things that are coming up.
Yeah.
What's with
These
all
don't
those
have anything
O's?
to do with you, right?
No,
Okay.
no.
What is
So, so you never know what you're going to find there. These kinds of searches are pretty unsophisticated. They are, it's tools that the data brokers do in terms of finding what all is out there on us. But you can see, at least from True People Search, which is a data broker, they have been able to gather a lot of information on Medina, not so much on Jackie, which is because Jackie pays for her stuff to be private. So
Oh,
that would be
the UK.
a reason to think. I mean,
$50
just to
visa.
think, because when you do True People Search and you see
Nothing.
geez, I don't know if I want everybody to be able to access that information about me. What can you do about it? So that's part two. Anybody have any questions, thoughts about this so far? Okay. Welcome, Andy.
Hello.
Is your lovely
Hey,
wife?
can you mute me?
Yep, I can.
We're on the road, so I don't want to
Okay.
talk.
You don't want to
Thank
swear at any drivers in front of us?
Yes, or my wife.
Want everyone to meet Nancy here.
Hi, Nancy.
Yes.
All right. So now, what we're going to do is look at how do we stop this kind of thing. So it does require a fair amount of work, or you can pay someone, your choice. Jackie chose to pay someone, and clearly it does a good job for her because we could not find a lot of information about her. There's always going to be a little bit out there, but the company that she's using, and you said it's called Incognito. She's still looking. She was looking it up and she couldn't find it. Now she's going to go find it. We'll see you in a minute. Oh, you'll see this part on the recording. We're at 9:05, so you can fast forward to find the 9:05 part. All right, so let me go ahead and share. And let's go first to, I want to find Proton. So Proton is a company that I've just recently become aware of. Proton does free email, rather limited free. It doesn't let you do all kinds of crazy organizing like I like to. So I use it for very minimal purposes, but I wanted to just test it out. It says it has VPN storage, password manager, all of that stuff. But basically, after doing a lot of search, I determined for me, with the limited amount of time and attention that I wanted to give anything, Proton was a good email account to test out for having real privacy in emails. So you can look it up, but what I wanted to do was to look at what do they say about how to remove your personal information. So the article talks about why this is important, and obviously protecting ourselves from any kind of phishing, privacy, digital footprint, online identity, all of that. So what can you remove? There's lots and lots of sensitive information, including our social security numbers, which we know that in a recent hack, I think towards the end of last year, maybe in the fall, thousands of social security, millions of social security, sorry, what numbers were stolen. So it says, what can you remove? These are the things you can remove. Excuse me. So those are kind of important things. You think, I don't want people to know, day-to-day stuff. I don't want them to have my passport, my government ID numbers, anything like that. The things that we don't think about are IP addresses, geological location, browsing habits, those kinds of things. Why do we not want those things? First thing is targeted ads, which, targeted ads are good and bad. Targeted ads can be very useful and just a small annoyance. Remember when we only had TV that came over the airwaves and the antenna? We had no choice about ads. It just all came. Now, in the information age, we have ads that are specific to what you want. If you're searching for shoes, you're all of a sudden going to start to see shoe ads in your browsing history, in your browsing, what's coming up as you're searching the internet or just hanging out on the internet, whether it's social media or just looking at other things that have sponsored ads. Good and bad. I'm kind of like, I don't care. Yeah, I have trained myself. I don't even see ads when they come up. When they come up as a pop-up, I get rid of it right away. I don't often even see what it was when it came up. I just ignore it, which is a good habit because those kinds of things, as well as articles that sound like they were on the cover of National Enquirer. You know what I'm talking about. You're in the grocery store line. Remember how it used to be the National Enquirer was right there and you'd be standing there, seeing Martian baby born to Staten Island woman, those kind of crazy things that would be on the front cover. That's called clickbait. So clickbait is something that you go, really? Click. I want to see what that's about. And clickbait, literally, it's like a hook for a fish. And you go, that looks tasty. I want to see what this weird article is about, even though I know it's nonsense. And then you're hooked. They have your data. They have your IP address. They have who you are. They, depending on what kind of protection you have on your computer, you may have, given them lots of stuff, including cookies about where you've been previously. And so all of those things are important because that's gathering information about who you are, what your wants, likes, and needs are, so that they can then target you to get you to buy something. That's fairly innocent commerce, right? We're kind of been used to that for all time. Whether you're looking in a magazine or watching TV or on the internet, we're used to being bombarded with ways to make us buy things. It's impossible to get away from and in our lives. So, but we're kind of used to that, so you train your eye to look away, close it, get rid of it. However, then it goes deeper. So that I don't consider to be malicious at all, but when you get a little bit deeper, then we have identity theft, where they can actually take your information because of things you've clicked on. And we've talked about those things a lot in class. Financial fraud. We, in this class, I believe, are actually very savvy about this. And I feel like we are at less risk than most of the other people. Although the people keep getting, more clever with phishing and scams, imitating, trying to convince you that this is a legitimate thing. And then, of course, you've got more crazy stuff, stalking and harassment, social engineering, reputation damage, government surveillance. I'm not sure why, but hopefully we're all staying safe from anything like that. And then manipulated opinion, any kind of demographics influencing choices. So when we talk about all of that, I think that it's important to remember that while this information might not be specifically about you, like, I don't know, I don't want to see a show of hands, but if you're on a dating site, if you've decided, okay, I don't like being alone anymore and I kind of would like a companion, maybe I'll get on some dating sites and see what's out there. Those are the kinds of places where it's really, really a lot of good is happening. I will say that. I do know many people who have found partners that have been it was worth the exposure and worth the exploration to find somebody that they meshed with. On the other hand, it's sort of like, having yourself exposed to people who want nothing more than to steal your identity and steal your money and steal your reputation, or all those possible things. And it does happen. I was reading an article from Malwarebytes where a woman literally got everything stolen from her from a boyfriend scam. And that's not uncommon. And I don't know if anybody in the room knows somebody that that's happened to, but it does happen. And it's hopefully we're smarter than that. But you do put yourself in a vulnerable position whenever you go on social media. I'm on social media. I have many social media accounts, and I understand that that puts me in a vulnerable position. But what can we do? Just isolate ourselves? We don't need to. If we go social media accounts, so adjusting your privacy settings, we've talked about that in the past. That's a huge thing, is to make sure that if you have any kind of social media, that you work on keeping phone numbers private, email addresses private, or use your junk email. You should have a junk email address. For any time you're required to put in an email and you don't want to, use a junk that you don't ever have to look at. Always good to delete accounts that you are not using anymore or rarely use. Remove any unwanted content. Back in the early days of social media, we were like, wow, isn't this cool and fun? And then now you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I wouldn't want the stranger I'm standing next to in, the grocery store line seeing that picture or seeing my grandkids or whatever. And then we've got removing personal data. This is the one that's going to take a little bit more time. Asking for opt-outs of personal data, contacting webmasters, making legal requests. These things are a lot of work. Request removal from search engines. So this one might not be a bad idea. It doesn't remove your data from the website. It means it won't appear in search results. So anybody who accesses these websites can still directly see your information. So if somebody goes to homes.com, they can see Jackie's information, Medina's information, but it won't come up in a Google search. So that looks like that might be like the easiest one to do, is to ask that you not come up in searches. And you, as the article said, and of course I'll be sending it to you, you want to set yourself a reminder. Give it a couple of weeks, give it a month, and test it again and see, did they do that? Do you still come up in a search for homes.com, or is that one gone? If it's gone, then they've done what you've asked. So there are a lot of ways to start pulling yourself information off of the internet. And part of me goes, oh, is this just like paranoia? And do I really need to worry about this stuff? Yes and no. I don't know. It's something that you really have to decide for yourselves as to whether or not you are at risk. Sometimes you have to think about, how much do I have to lose and what do I have in place to protect myself? So you want to do kind of a pros and cons list. So, Joyce.
So, listening to a podcast, it's not only yourself you want to protect, but how many of your friends might be in positions where they have something to lose. And if you show up and you have them in your contact list and they can access your contact list, well, now they then have the contact of that person who might be working in a government agency or for an important corporation,
Very good point. Very good point. So, and we tend not to think about that until we get the thing, whatever it is, that comes in whatever way and says, hey, I found this picture. Is it you? I've gotten it many times. And so, it comes, that one for a long time was coming through Facebook Messenger. And your first instinct is, well, I know this person and they sent me this. Why would they say? But the stupid thing is that the entities that are trying to steal your information use the same sentence every time. It's like, if you just got a little creative with the English language, we might have clicked it. But we've seen this line before, and so we're not going to use it. We're not going to click on it. And in fact, when people send me anything in Facebook Messenger, I delete it. I don't even. Who's the sub for Tech Class? Tell me more, Carlene, if you can unmute. I'm not. She probably can unmute if she can type. Are you driving, Carlene? She's probably working on it. So
okay, Betsy. The guy that subbed for you, his wife works kind of at the Joy Center.
I don't remember.
Oh, darn it.
Terry,
Okay.
it was the board member.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
I'll tell you
Well,
what,
anyway, whenever somebody remembers, let me know because my
Don
husband
Kale's
wants-
husband?
no,
Don Kale's? Nope.
no.
He's
she was
very
on our
good. He was
board. How could I
actually,
forget her name? She was wonderful.
Yeah, he was
Mhm.
very good.
wasn't her name Jessica?
Yes,
Yes.
Anyway,
Wasn't his name Steve?
Yes.
yes.
Thank you.
You got it. Now let me go.
Okay, what about him?
Steve
well,
Soto.
my husband,
Steve, yeah.
Soto.
Soto.
My husband wants a
Jessica
webpage
Soto
and
Stop, wait, too many people talking. Just Carlene
My
right
hu-
now.
my husband wanted a webpage and he is able to do that for him, but my husband wants a very basic, like a flip phone webpage. Anyway, so I just trying to get, I know I have his email and stuff. I just needed to remember his name. Steve Soto. Thank you.
Did they not leave the country?
Did they?
Whoa.
They're in California, which is
California. Well, that's
people
leaving the
think they
country.
left
Yeah, exactly. You might as well leave the country. Jeez.
I'm sure you can find them in California.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, where were we? I'm sorry. I thought this had to do with something he had said. Let's go back to the share and I'll remember where we were. Okay. So these things are all good. And something that you might want to consider. We were talking about whether or not it was paranoia. We'll get back to that. So interestingly, I never thought of Equifax and Experian as a data broker, but obviously they are. And I'm not sure how I feel about this because yes, they have my information because that's what they do. They do credit reports and I use them to actually protect me. So by having them freeze my credit, no one else can start an account because for any big account, it's going to go through Equifax, Experian, or the other one, which I can never remember.
TransUnion.
TransUnion, thank you so much. And you know, if somebody wanted to buy a car in my name because they've stolen my information, they can't because it's always going to go with a credit report and the credit report has to go through them and they go, "Oh no, you can't do this. Your credit's frozen." So I actually use them to protect me. So I'm not sure that I would want to do this, and I would need to know more information about why I wouldn't want to use them because I feel confident that the information's out there monetarily and I feel like they're protecting me. And if somebody wants to tell me a reason, can you think of a reason why we wouldn't trust that? I can't think of one. So I'm going to go with that might be a little bit paranoid. And moved on to the next.
He has a question.
Go ahead.
Gary, go ahead. When we were talking about ads before, I see they show up on Facebook or and Instagram posts, maybe just Facebook, across the middle and a little X, and sometimes you exit out and it opens the ad anyway. I don't know if anyone else, I hardly noticed it, and then I saw it all the time, you know, I thought, and that was one thing that just, you know, I thought just.
My question about that, because I hear what you're saying, and I have had the same experience, but I know why that's happening. And my question is this on your phone or on a computer? Okay. Our fingers, as we age, get less pointy, less firm, and more wiggly, jiggly. And so I have figured out that when I'm doing that, I am not specifically hitting the X. I'm hitting just to the side of the X, and that is opening it. You have to be directly on it.
Maybe I haven't gotten used to my eye correction because if I just close
That's
my
a
left eye
really
now,
good chance.
I just thought of that. I never had thought of that, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you can do, you know, you can try and use like, you know, one of those little pointers on the end of my pen. We've all seen them. I've not gotten used to using them, but I have a new phone and it's just a little bit smaller. And so everything is a little bit smaller. So I was thinking about for stuff like that, I might want to try using a pointer instead. Because it is absolutely true. If you are just slightly off of that X, it is going to open up. And that's the key. They want it to make it as small as possible because they want you to look at it, you know? And the minute you do, you just find the other X and close it, you know, so that you're not wasting your time on it. But that's a really good point, Terry. Thank you. So let's look at the requesting opt-outs. Visiting whatever website, find the privacy policy. Those are ridiculously long and legalese on purpose. And there's always going to be a place to opt out. They make it complicated for a reason because your data is very valuable to them. Keep track. If you are asking places to opt you out and then they don't, you know, if you want to keep going with a vengeance about it, you can certainly come, you know, take them to court about it. Data brokers might not tell you when they've removed it, so you reach out again. Again, that's that keeping track of when did you ask, repeat again, using a professional service. And this is what Jackie does and takes care of all of that on your behalf. Reviewing apps and permissions. Now, this one is pretty easy to do. And it's one that can be quite satisfying. It's like when you clean out a closet and you go, oh, I'm so glad I did that. I really didn't need all that old junk. I've been doing that with books. I look at my bookshelves and I go, do I really need that book? And so I'm finding places to rehome my books because Lord knows I could not. I was at the landfill yesterday doing some recycling, and in the mixed paper bin, somebody had dumped boxes of books. And I'm going to admit right here in public that I stood there and kind of looked, is that a book I want? Is that a good book? Who's throwing away that book? Who's throwing away books? What?
Yeah.
You were a dumpster diver.
I didn't go in because there were people there. But if there were people there, I probably would have dug a little bit. But you know, it's just clean paper. It's, you know, there's no food trash or anything. But yeah, it was tempting because I can't imagine throwing away a book. I figure if I read it, I liked it, and it was worthwhile, somebody else would want that book. Terry?
I had a friend that wound up making a living of helping people, like when my mother died. And, you know, there's no one left to live in their house, on a way to deal with books. And it was
Rehoming books.
rehoming books, and the couple people that he'd choose out which ones the bookstores would
Yep.
want. And he just charged you a fee. Like, it could have been a book in there that was worth a lot of money. It was worth us to have them
Sure.
find out. They weren't going anywhere, but his money, he wound up, because of one person's help, he wound up having this quite a big business up in North New Jersey. So.
Nice, nice. Yeah, nobody's gonna make any money on my books. Medina.
Most public libraries will take your books as long as they're in good condition and not, you know, like 20 years old.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you. Joyce.
I give my old books the sniff test. If I can smell them, I throw them out.
Good idea. Good idea. Yeah. That's perfect. Terry, did you have something else? Okay. All right. So
No.
I don't know how we got on books. So apps and permissions. Oh, talking about cleaning our closets. So any app, take a look at your phone. Any app that you are not using that has nothing to do with how your phone runs, then get rid of it. You know, if you're not using it, get rid of it because you can always go find it. Review app permissions. This is always a good thing to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your settings, go into your apps, and look at permissions. Did you give, I don't know, let me pick one. If I'm not looking at them, they're out of sight, out of mind. Did I give my clock app permission to use my camera? Not necessary. It is not necessary for my clock to have access to my camera. So I'm going to make sure that I get rid of that permission. Oftentimes, when you get a brand new app, in order to install it, you have to kind of give it blanket permissions, and it says you can always remove this later, but you kind of start with it. So why not just go ahead and start with it, then go back in and review them from time to time? Now, certain apps help drive the phone. So whatever your carrier is, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, whoever you're using, if you have apps on there that came installed by the phone company, leave them in place. Don't even mess with them. Hi, Janice. Welcome to the class. But other apps that you go, oh, okay, let's see. Do I need my, let's see. Well, what's this one? Here's one I haven't seen before. Oh, Pixel Screenshots. This is attached to my camera. So obviously I am going to leave that one and leave it in place with the permission of using my camera. Here's a book app talking about books, where I got a bunch of free books from, and I don't even know where it came from. It's Glose, Glose. And when I first found the app, it offered me free digital books. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so I read several good books, and it was like you get, I don't know, 3 or 4 books for free, and then, you can buy them. And so I thought, all right, well, am I reading these? Do I need it still? No, but I still have books on there. I still have that account, and I have a couple of books that I haven't read that I really want to read. And in the next lifetime, when I have time to actually sit down and read a book on my phone, then when I opened it up, because I haven't opened it in a while, whoops, and it just went away when I tipped it. So it says, stay up to date. Allow this app to send me notifications. 100% no. There is no reason why I need my digital library to send me a notification. Is it going to babysit me and tell me that you haven't been reading lately? So, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have many. But I read some great books on this one, and like I said, they were free. I know where I got it from. It was at the back of a physical book that I read, and they were promoting this new company, and so it said, log on to Glose, create an account, and you'll get free digital books. And there was no scam about it. It was just simple and easy. You can download the books, you can leave them in the cloud, and so I have some books here, and it reads just like any other, digital reader, like your Kindle or whatever you're using. And so you open it up, and it tells me, here's the book. Do I want to resume reading? I have access to the count. It tells me a little bit more about it, and I can resume reading, and it just opens it back up and shows just like any other digital book. So if you're looking for a new place to find some digital content, you can try Glose. But anyway, the point of that was that find the apps that you're not using, get rid of them. If it's an app that is has digital content stored, which most of them do, what you want to do, if it's not just local and on your phone or on your device, you want to go ahead and delete the account before you get rid of the app. If you know you're never going to use this again. A game that came on with a new phone that you're like, I don't want this, I don't need this, never going to use it. No. And so if you tried it, played it a little bit, and then said no, then you've created an account with it. And so you want to delete that account first before you just get rid of the app. Getting rid of the app is out of sight, out of mind, but your presence is still there. So that's what that article was talking about, getting rid of unused apps and accounts. Make sure you delete those accounts first. Terry, you had your hand up.
Yeah, there's so many places when about deleting, and you taught me some a while ago with a little bit different technology. Well, not in the mail, but to do well, to make folders, which I sometimes keep up with and sometimes don't for certain things, but also to just have, I don't even know how to say it. Yeah, the different, I guess, to just compare with. I don't know any. Never mind. I mean, my concept was a little off.
Okay. Kathy.
I have a question. You were saying, because I was just the other day, I was going through, I'm like, what is this app? And I'm taking them off. And, but then you were saying to close the account. Where would I have gone? I don't remember. I didn't see anything that said to close the account.
Right.
I just deleted.
That would not show up on the app. So that's an excellent question. Let me find one that I can think that I might want to. I keep it pretty clean. So anything. Most apps these days, you have to use a username and password. You can't just blankly do it. I'll use Words with Friends. That's a good example.
Okay.
Words with Friends, you have an account. You have to make a username. You have to give it a password. It has generally associated an email address or a phone number, because you have to be able to recover your account in some way, right? So if I decided that I wanted to stop using Words with Friends, don't worry, Linda, it's not happening. Then I would go, we play a lot. Then I would go, so this is an example. It's going to work across the board for any kind of app, pretty much. Generally speaking, you're going to have that little icon that's going to be your identifier or your profile. In other ones that aren't so gamey, it's going to have the 3 lines so that you can get to settings. So what I did was I tapped on that and I got to profile. And then up in the corner, this corner is the little settings icon. So I would go to settings icon, and generally it's at the very end because they don't want you to know it, see it, and they don't want you to go away. Look how tiny this is. Okay, so first of all, here's all the things I can do about my profile. Lots of choices, which that's a good thing to do. Any of these things that you decide you're keeping, go in and look and see, what am I giving them permission to do and what am I allowing out there? But I'm going to keep scrolling all the way down to the bottom.
Log out.
And then below that, do you see how faint that is?
Delete my account.
Look at that. When I pull out, I'll bet you can't even hardly see that. Right? The first thing they want me to do is connect to Facebook. Look at the big blue shiny button here. Connect me to Facebook. No, absolutely not. Next one is log out. Not going to do that. I play it all the time. Delete my account. You can barely see.
Yeah.
So they are going to bury that somewhere, somehow, so that it's difficult to do. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose your business. Now you go, well, I don't pay for this. How are they losing my business? What are they making money off of?
Information.
Your information, your data.
Okay, I was going through, and I've had some of these apps since 2011. My grandkids, things to play with them, and I was going through them, but I just deleted them. So
Good
now
job. That's okay. The thing with apps is, cleaning them out just to clear up your digital world in terms of what you're looking at is healthy. It's a good thing. It's like was it Marie Kondo that said, does this bring me joy? If it doesn't, get it out of your face. you can go back in anytime you want to your app store or your Play Store and get that app again. And in fact, when you do that, it's all going to be restored if you use your username and password because you didn't delete anything. It just got out of your face, but it still exists as a digital footprint somewhere. So that's why I'm saying if you are done with it, get rid of it. Terry.
I remembered what I was going to say.
Okay.
You taught me about like when it says cancel or whatever the first step is to go down, like what you said just now, go down to the bottom, or the next time, if it lost again, then the next time to go to do both. It'll say something at the bottom, like you just said, but that's what I did remember.
Yeah, you want to make sure you absolutely delete if you're done with it, you know? And let's say you're done with it now, and then 5 years down the road, you go, you know, I remember that thing and I kind of liked it. And I have done this. I've done it with constellation apps where I'm like really into the night sky and then I'm not so much. So I get rid of it because I don't need it. And then I go back and I find whatever is the newest, hottest app for night sky. And sometimes it's one I've used before. Sometimes it's something brand new. So keeping apps that aren't serving you is also good because next time you decide you want that, there might be something better. And that's a good thing. But cleaning up that digital footprint, bringing it all, you know, so that you're really sweeping under the corners of that, you know, box in the closet versus just, you know, getting rid of the contents of the box, but you leave the box there. And that box still holds your digital information in sort of a silent way, an invisible silent way. It's there, it's out there. You're just not seeing it. Terry, did you raise your hand again?
Yeah, just very quickly that when I looked at John, looking up something on John's phone, and I saw he had every parking, I mean, most of the towns with vacation didn't have, you got an app on your phone to park, you know, and you know, just put it in there. And it was so funny, he like had every one of them, like from last summer and to our trip, you know, trips we went on. And I was like, why? He said, well, we'll go here next year. I said, John, you know, and I just started laughing because I just left it alone because he wasn't going to listen, but maybe he would. But that was just a funny example of, you know, what was taking up all this.
I worry about my husband all the time, his digital footprint and his password use. Oh my goodness. But you know, I'm not going to fix him. That's his deal. I keep myself protected. So good point on that, Kathy. I had pulled up a lot of articles about this whole issue. We've only worked on one. The only other thing this one talks about is some dark web monitoring, and it kind of gets into its advertisement phase. So it talks a little bit about Proton and what it is and why it's important to use their product. So now we're coming into the ad here. Here's why you should use Proton instead of something else. But it does offer you at the very bottom a free plan. So that's something that you might want to play with. When we talk about having a digital, I mean, a junk email address, you know, Proton's a good one to use because it is encrypted and it is going to keep stuff safe. If you want to practice with Proton and see what it's like, see if you like it or not, that might be something to create your free junk email address. Always good to have a junk email address. Give it out faithfully to everywhere that you don't actually want to contact you. And it helps insulate you because it's just the junk going there. Anybody got any other questions, comments on what we've covered? All right. We have, like I said, I pulled up quite a few articles about this issue. I'm going to be sending the links to you so that you can kind of study some more on your own and see how deep you want to go with this. I recommend it. I really do recommend creating a situation where you can protect yourself. Medina.
I'd like to know the whatever place that Jackie mentioned, Incognito.
No, it's Incogni, Incogni. And I got it on it was like, try it this year. It was like $50. And then I just looked it up and my renewal was 77. But they run ads quite often, like this 1 year only, that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you.
So here it is, Incogni, data broker removal service. Take back control of your information. I'll go ahead and send this link as well. Spam calls, spam emails. And you said that it was $77 for the renewal?
It was. But I
Did-
think I paid 55 the first time.
Okay. And that was for a year.
Yeah.
Okay. And oh, here we go.
I don't know why I paid so much now.
So let's see, standard is,
See up there, it said 50% off.
yeah, let me move that.
Somehow I got suckered into that. And then it was an automatical, renewal.
Right. Right.
And I
So
wasn't on it. So
they have several kinds of plans. Wow, you can spend a lot or a little.
Yeah.
Looks like they don't have a free plan.
Not-
They don't have a basic. So this is all a company that is working to do what you don't have time to do, or don't have the inclination, or don't have the resources to do. Just an example of one, and we saw how well it worked to keep her name off the internet. Linda.
I think that you talked about Guardio, but I'm not sure if that's legitimate or not legitimate. Is that the same kind of program?
Guardio?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, okay.
Let's look and see. Guardio versus Incogni. Well, that's a good one. Guardio focuses on browser security, while Incognito specializes in data removal. So Guardio is a security, like Malwarebytes, Webroot, any of the ones that are protecting you, live, whereas Incogni is going around pulling stuff off. Guardio is a browser extension that protects against online threats. Best used for people who it's a viral protection program. So I wouldn't go with that if you already got a viral protection program that you like and need. This one removes your personal information. So two different services entirely. Oh, and I didn't do share, did I? I'm sorry, I'm reading without you with me, looking over my shoulder. So there it is. Now that I'm actually sharing it, the AI overview. Remember, folks, that AI overviews are not always accurate. Sometimes they are. What I do like is they're going to give you the website. So there's the little link for the website that talks about it. And so you can look and pull in more information. The one thing I would say about Guardio, it's an extension, and I'm not a fan of extensions. Extensions work in the background, and you often forget that they're there, which is kind of nice in some ways, but in other ways, right now I'm having a hard time looking at a few things happened in the last couple of days because it said your browser extension is preventing ads, and so we won't let you go any further. And so I spent a lot of time going through my Malwarebytes looking to see where I could stop that. And it looks like it's not stopping it, but oh well. I can't figure it out. So it's a problem that I'm working through. What was the question, Amy?
I said, but the big question is, what does Dateline use?
I don't know. Good question.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Real quick, because we got to go. Who has a question for next week that you want us to talk about? Look at, use. Anybody think of anything that you go, oh, this has been bugging me?
We'll email you.
Okay.
I had,
Terry,
I had talked before about one of the clean. There's so many different programs that say you can clean your phone, or, different, whatever they might be. And
physically or digitally?
Both.
and
Okay,
Pretty.
we can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, good
That'll
question.
be a short one. So if you come up with other stuff,
I used the one I was so happy with, and within like 2 months or something, they wanted really so much of, I mean, a lot of money to have that kept, it was like a free trial, but it really,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe some people would get that, but it was a very expensive thing that I
Did it to hook you in.
yeah, to see how I would react to it.
Alrighty. So January is cleaning month.
Okay.
And if you come up with anything else, let me know.
Thank you.
Have a great
Thank
week,
you.
everybody.
Thank
Good
you.
to
See you
see
next
you
time.
all. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Give
Bye,
your
Betsy.
email if you want to get the links for this, Janice and I'm sorry, Nancy. Make sure that you give me your email. My email is GHHH4u@gmail.com. Great Heart Helping Hands for you.
Say it one more time. Nancy wasn't on her phone.
GHHH4 and you. Great Heart Helping Hands for you.
For GHH for
Great Heart Helping Hands. It's the first letter. So GHHH. Three H's.
For you.
The number 4 and then the letter U at Gmail.
Okay.